welcome to Mud Flats Hand Building at Home series. I'm Kate. Today I'm going to show you how to roll out a slab. So this is going to be a really basic skill that you may need if you are new to hand building, especially at home. And so I'm going to show you two different ways to make a slab. The first is using a rolling pin or something that's going to be hard and cylindrical. Think like a wine bottle. And then the second way is if you don't have any tools like that, there's a simple and easy way that you can still make a really nice workable slab. So I just took this piece of clay out of my clay bag. And the first thing I like to do, especially when I'm at home, is take my hands, kind of like little, I don't know how to call that, like a little monster. And I'm just gonna start to squeeze the clay and start to rotate it. This is really good when we're working at home, especially if we don't have a super sturdy table to work at. We're not sitting there pounding on the clay. It's also good if you're in an apartment, then your neighbors don't get angry when they hear a bunch of banging happening upstairs. So notice how I'm just taking my hands and I'm squeezing the clay and I'm starting to rotate this. And it's just to make it thinner. And this is something I like to do so I'm not really gung-ho with the rolling pin trying to make it really flat. So once I get to about here, it doesn't look that great because it's very squishy. Which I actually think can be kind of nice, but if that's not what we're going for, now we need to start making it a little smoother. So this is where if you have a rolling pin or a wine bottle, something hard and cylindrical and on the larger side, you're going to take that out. And to roll, it's almost like you're making sugar cookies. I'm going to start on the side of the slab closest to me, and I'm going to press down and roll out twice, and then I'm going to pick this up and turn it. And then I'm going to roll a couple of times here, and then I'm going to pick it up and turn it. Now, the reason I like to turn the slab is so that it's nice and even, and I'm not getting it thin on one side. Oftentimes when we're rolling, we press a little bit harder on the side that's farthest away from us or closest to us, but it's not as even. So if we have this tendency, flipping the clay makes it a lot more even. Now, you're going to want to just keep doing this until we get to the thickness that we're looking for the project that we're going to do. If you guys don't have a rolling pin, you don't have something to roll this out, you can throw the slab. This does require a more sturdy surface. So if you have kind of a fragile table that you're working on, you could even put a big board on the floor and do this that way. But to do this, we're going to take our clay and do the first step the same. So we're taking those little, I call them monster hands. I don't know why. But I'm going to take my little monster hands and kind of squeeze the clay until it's thinner. And then we're going to start to throw the slab. So to do this, I'm going to grab the side of the clay that's opposite me here, and I'm going to hold it up like it's like a gross wet towel. I don't want it to be near me. So we're holding it out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw this on the surface of the table such that the side of the clay that's now on the bottom here, that's going to hit the table first, and then it's going to fall towards me, which is going to stretch and elongate the clay. So the action we're going for when we toss it is the elbows come straight back, kind of like someone's behind you and you're elbowing them. So I'm going to hold this out like a gross wet towel, and then I'm going to come towards me. And I'm going to do that again. Now, if it makes a really loud plop, you know that you didn't get enough elbow action. So you want to go back and get the elbow action. Now notice how when I'm throwing this, I'm taking my clay from different sides. So I'm going to come here from the side and I'm going to throw it. Then maybe from the top. Then maybe from the side again. So I'm grabbing it from different areas and tossing the clay. So the clay is falling and getting stretched in such a way where it's getting thinner and thinner, and we'll be able to use it. Now the edges in this method will start to become a little bit more fragile. So I want to just be careful that I'm not using the very tip of this piece of slab, the edge, for my project because I know it might be a little on the thin side. Now with either method, after you make your slab, it's the right thickness that you're looking for, you should either take your hands flat and start to smooth the clay. So we're compressing the clay, making our slab really strong. Or if you have your clay tools at home and you have a plastic rib, then you can take your plastic rib and do the same thing. Now we're prepping this slab for the project. And I'm gonna do both the front and the back. So I'm gonna flip this over now and do the back of it. If you have any air bubbles, then you can go ahead and pop them by using a pin tool or a wooden skewer, anything sharp and pointy, a knife. I happen to have a wooden skewer right here. So if I had a bubble over here, I like to make a little X in it like that, and then I'm gonna smooth it out with my finger and just work that air out of there, okay? And that's the basics of building a slab. So I hope you guys feel good and ready to start any slab projects that come your way.